Well, hello, how are you? My name is Taylor Morgan and you're watching Tayste Local. Today is, what is today? Today is May 2952. And doesn't it feel like it though? Oh, it's May 26th and it's the day after Memorial Day 2020. And was it a strange Memorial Day for you? We tried to get as much normalcy into our Memorial Day as we could, but there was this thing called coronavirus that, didn't make it seem normal at all, plus the rain. But we got out of the house and we took a little trip up to the Treasure Coast. I'm in West Palm Beach, so normally I stay within my 10-mile radius, but we went up to Stuart, and what a great little town Stuart is. I've always known that. I really think that's going to be my next home. It's just such a cute little town, and we just got wet and took a walk along the river walk there, and so sadly there was no one out. There's the Stuart Boathouse is out by the river walk, and there's this stage there where normally there's a band playing, and none of that was happening yesterday on Memorial Day. It was sort of a ghost town. We took a little walk on the river walk, started to pour, saw some jellyfish in the river. That was weird. So it was kind of just a strange Memorial Day. But we did go, and this was interesting, we did go out for breakfast at Very Fresh on US 1 in Stuart. And you could definitely see what was going on or how they were using technology and the social distancing, safety precautions. They have now, at Very Fresh in Stuart, they've put up plastic, big, huge barriers at the bar area in the middle. All surrounding the entire bar area are these big plastic barriers. When you sit down, there are, at every single table, they do give you plastic menus, but there's on every table a QR code. So you can take your phone and just snap that QR code and look at the menu on your phone, which I think a lot of restaurants are going to be going that route. But what was interesting at Very Fresh was the fact that when we got the bill at the end, and I forgot to keep it, when we got the bill at the end, at the bottom, there is a QR code and it says pay by phone. So you just snap a picture of the QR code. They don't snap a picture. You just scan the QR code with your phone, and up popped a way for us to put in our credit card right on the phone. Or if you have an iPhone, I guess you could use Apple Pay or Samsung Pay. But we put the credit card right on the phone, and voila, it was paid. Could put the tip right on there too. Have you seen this anywhere? Please let me know in the comments, because we're going to see more and more of that as we go to more touchless systems in the restaurant industry. But I had not seen that before. And actually, I haven't gone out to too many restaurants. Very Fresh was my third. So it was an interesting day. I think it might have been different if it wasn't pouring out. But how was your weekend? Did you have a good one? Let me know in the comments, because we're going to do something a little bit different today. As you probably know, or maybe not, I am the owner of LocalDines.com. Local Dines is an online dining guide here in South Florida. And it's where you can go to find great restaurants that you never heard of, and look up menus and pictures and video and descriptions. And if you want to go to those restaurants, you can purchase gift certificates for half price or better, thereby giving you an incentive to try something new. That's what I've been a big proponent for 18 years now, is get out of your comfort zone, support local, and try something new. Not to say that you don't want to go back to your favorites. You always want to do that. But what if once a month you tried a new place? I can't tell you how many times people have said, I found this place right down the street from me. I had been driving by it for 15 years. I never went in there. I had never knew really anything about it until I found you on found it on Local Dines. So that's what Local Dines is all about, giving you the incentive to try new places that you may know or never have known about. So check it out. It's localdines.com. Right now, I mean, before this whole thing happened, we had over 100 restaurants listed. And then we had to take everything down because restaurants were closed. And just last Tuesday, we started putting restaurants back up. Some restaurants are not ready for it to be back on Local Dines yet because they haven't opened their dining rooms yet. Some restaurants are like, yes, please give us the exposure. So we give them the exposure. You go in and try them if you're comfortable doing that. If you're not comfortable, a lot of the gift certificates are valid for takeout. If you're not comfortable with any of it, tell your friends who might be comfortable dining out, because a world without local restaurants is really not a world I want to live in. If you've ever like traveled abroad, if you've ever gone to Europe or even just on vacation anywhere, when you go out, do you like go to the chain restaurants when you go travel? Don't you want to try the local food? Well, we got to keep local restaurants alive right here in South Florida in order for that to happen, and that's what we try to help happen with localdines.com. So at the end of the show, we're going to give away a $25 to spend on Local Dines, and all you have to do is just write something in the comments, anything. Hi, says Mark and Miguel. Hi. Gloria says, no, I've never seen a new paying option, but it does sound interesting. Judy, hey, Judy. Judy was at our dinner that we're going to talk about in just a minute. It was amazing. Oh, my God. But as you, are watching or whatever, just chime in and say something. And at the end of the broadcast, Ruby, who's doing all the little stuff on the back end, she's going to take all the comments and put it in the Rubitron, and then she's going to come up with one random watcher, and that person will get $25 to spend on localdines.com. We have a great show for you today. We have Olimpia Zuccarelli from Zuccarelli's, which is almost 40 years old. They'll be celebrating their 40th anniversary in West Palm Beach in 2021. A pleasure to have Olimpia Zuccarelli on the show today. We have John Brewer on the show. John is not a restaurant owner, but he has he came up with an idea called the Socially Distanced Supper Club back in March. And he literally saved several, I'd even go more out on the limb of saying dozens of locally owned restaurants by coming up with this idea. He's become like this fixture of being a proponent of local restaurants, and I can't wait to have a conversation with John Brewer. And our first guest, well, one of the reasons we went up to the Treasure Coast was because on Sunday night, we were invited to have dinner at a restaurant that they opened their doors in August of 2019. So they were just chugging along, and they opened in summer, and that's pretty usually not great, but because of their food and their hospitality and their service, they made it. And then season came along and they were doing great. And then March hit and all of a sudden, ouch, only seasoned restaurateurs would be able to come out of what just happened during the coronavirus crisis. And my next guests, Tom and Maria Bournas, they are seasoned restaurateurs. Coming from Chicago, they own restaurants, Greek restaurants in the Chicago area for decades. They came down to South Florida to retire. But here's the thing. Once a restaurant owner, always a restaurant owner. It bites you by the butt. You just cannot retire when you are in the restaurant business. It's your passion. It's your lifeblood. It is who you are. And so when they got here to retire, they opened up Nostalgia Greek and Italian Kouzina in Stuart on Southeast Federal. And let's say hello to them right now. Tom and Maria, welcome to the show. Hello!
Hi, Taylor.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I see you're at the restaurant and it looks beautiful. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Are you hearing me on a delay? Are they hearing me?
No.
Can you hear
yes,
me?
very well.
Okay, good.
Very well.
It was such a pleasure having dinner at your restaurant on Sunday night. You know, one of my friends said to me, because I posted it on Facebook and I was posting pictures of us having a great time, and she was a little concerned that that we were out and about, but you know, she's down in Miami, and I want to just say that, you know, up on the Treasure Coast, you guys have had like a 3-week head start, you know, longer than our friends in Broward and Miami, and what are you seeing as far as customers are concerned? Coming in, is it sort of, do they feel normal to you? Is it sort of not business as usual, but what's the vibe as far as the consumer is concerned?
Well, we did open up our doors again May 4th. Things are not the same like before, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
People are cautious. They're still afraid. But we see an improvement every day, a little more and more every day, but not like before, no.
Right. And because you have, what I was very impressed with was that all of your servers are wearing masks and gloves when opening wine and doing the table side, and we're going to look at that.
And we do take every precaution. We do follow the official guidelines that are given to us. All the staff, including us, we work with strictly with gloves and masks. We do follow the social distancing, the 6 feet apart. Our tables are spaced out. We did remove some of our tables. There's no sitting in the bar, of course.
That's such a shame because it's a beautiful bar. It's a gorgeous restaurant.
Thank you very much, Taylor.
Thank you.
We do follow all the guidelines. Every time a customer comes or leaves, we sanitize the chairs, we change the tablecloths, we clean the menus, something that we did before. Just now we do it a little more.
Yeah.
After each patron that leaves, you know, we try to sanitize everything.
I felt very comfortable. I really did. I felt, because the tables were very far apart. Even we had a party of 6, and I felt like there was normalcy back in my life. I did not feel uncomfortable in any way. It was raining out that night. It was drizzle out that night. So we might have opted to sit outside because there's such a beautiful courtyard out there. But we had a beautiful 6-top in the corner, and on the other side of the restaurant, there's a little baby grand, and there's a bar area. It's a beautiful, gorgeous restaurant, formerly La Forchetta, the fork. And now it's nostalgia Greek Italian cuisine.
Yes.
So
correction, Taylor. We took over the end of October, not in August.
Sorry about that. Oh my God! So you even had less time. So it was like what, 5 months before this happened?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
My gosh.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so let's just talk about your background. First of all, you're both from Greece.
Yes.
And then
I'll let you say that.
I was 17, 1978, and right away to the restaurants until last year in Chicago. Like you said before, I sold my place to come and retire. After 2 months, stay home. You work 24/7 in the restaurants. You It's nothing to do. You know, you want to go back to work.
Yeah, people
Too
don't
much relaxation
that.
for your health.
You don't know what to do.
I was actually interviewed for a podcast last week, and the gentleman Chet Tart who interviewed me said, because we were talking about how thin the margins are in the restaurant industry, and especially doing takeout, and there's not really a lot of money in it, and so on and so forth. But he said, if the margins are so thin, why do people want to open restaurants? Would you like to answer that question? I knew the answer in my mind, but let's hear it from a restaurant owner.
Well, you want to deal with people. The philosophy is to make the customers, the people, to feel like home, to feel like family. When they walk into the restaurant, to feel like comfortable and talk to the people. You meet new people every day. That's
And it's something we love to do. Restaurants are a very tough business to be in. Very tough. Life-wise, business-wise.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that we love, especially Tom here, the workaholic. He cannot be without a restaurant.
it's tough business, but at the same time, it's fun business. You know, like I say, you meet people, new people. You're not in the office sitting behind the desk all day. You do a lot of things.
Yeah,
and we love
the answer that I gave to Chet. The answer that I gave to Chet, why restaurant owners do this, because you love to serve. That's what you live for. You live to serve. And in your case, bringing your family recipes over from Greece so people can experience your passion for your food and maybe your family recipes, or maybe there's somebody, who not just people who are of Greek descent, but people who aren't of Greek descent. Those of Greek descent, they just gravitate right to your food. But you also introduce your recipes to people who might not have otherwise, tried Greek food. And that's what you live for.
Yes. And that's what we did too, because the restaurant when we took over here, it was Italian, of course. Yeah. So we had to introduce our Greek cuisine. So what we did is every day we fix something special, and we let our customers try it. And because, like you said, a lot of people were not familiar with Greek cuisine. What they know as far as Greek goes is gyros.
Yeah,
they're not familiar with
gyros.
Yeah. So we were introducing it to them, and they loved it. So little by little, within a month and a half, we introduced our new menu, which included all the best Italian dishes that were popular, and we added all our Greek cuisine also.
And we still do every week something new, a new dish, because Maria likes to cook. I like to cook.
We both love to cook.
And we make everything from scratch. Soups, everything fresh every day. Spinach pie, beets, lamb dishes, whole fish.
All our dishes are from scratch.
Homemade, made from scratch.
And we have lots of pictures because there was lots of food on our table. When you go to Europe, and I know from going to Italy, when you, like at 10 o'clock after you finish breakfast, you start deciding what you're going to have for lunch and dinner.
Yes,
at the same time. It's marathon eating. It's the same in Greece, right?
It is. Yes, it is.
Even, you start lunch like 1, 2 o'clock and you finish 10, 11 o'clock at night. You finish lunch and dinner all together.
My background is Italian, and my grandmother, I remember going to her house. She lived in Philadelphia, and from the morning till night, there was always an entire huge long table full of capicol and homemade. And we'd be making the gnocchis and pizza and braciole. I mean, all day long. That's what you did. You ate and you cooked. It's the same in Greece.
Yes.
Greek
Yes, it is. Greek and Italian. Una faccia, una razza.
It's about good food and family.
So let's take a look at some of that food. Ruby's going to randomly throw up pictures that that we ate. We ate all of this food on Sunday night. Oh, well, there's the restaurant. It is a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere. All of your lighting and everything, as you can see. I don't know if you can see so well in this picture, but the tables are very far spaced apart. And we did not feel any way crunched. There's the beets. Talk about those beets, Maria.
Oh, beets. They are fresh beets. They're not from the can. And we marinate them.
You boil them? And,
we boil them and you marinate them with olive oil and plenty of garlic, lots of garlic. Very good for your system.
Very
and
good.
We accompanied those with scorpiola.
And that's the garlicky tomato kind of, yeah.
Garlic, yes.
Yes. Okay, more, Ruby, more. Oh, I've never seen calamari this big.
Yeah, we try to get the best quality and everything. That's the best calamari you can find in the market.
It was incredibly delicious. Okay, and these are just the basics. This is just what we started with.
Very good quality.
Okay,
chicken kebab. Kebabs, yes.
Tender.
Chicken kebab, we make it from tethers, chicken tethers, not chicken breast.
And that's why it was so tender. They were just shredding apart.
Yeah, I got it myself. Maria marinated them in a special marinade sauce. Meatballs, that's Maria's specialty.
Meatballs, Greek meatballs in a red tomato sauce.
And were they lamb meatballs?
No, we don't. We do beef because not a lot of people are fond of lamb.
Agree.
So we try to keep it with just beef.
It was delicious. One of our diners, Les, who was at the table, he's like, you guys came over and said, is there anything you don't, are you allergic to anything? Is there anything you don't like? So weird Les doesn't like vegetables. So out came this plate of meatballs just for Les, but we all ate them too.
and the kebabs, the little kebabs.
The kebabs. I don't know if I have a picture of those because they were given individually, but everything was just so fresh, delicious. Look at this dish. Oh, there's the moussaka. And why don't you describe what this is? Because the bechamel.
It's layers of eggplant, potato, zucchini, and the ground meat topped with the bechamel. Bechamel sauce.
Heaven. And your bechamel, Maria, or Tom and Maria, it was the first time I ever tasted. There's a slight sweetness to it. Do you use a little bit of nutmeg or cinnamon in it?
Nutmeg.
Okay. Just a hint. It made all the difference in the world. And that bechamel is on the pasticcio too, which I don't have a picture of it because I brought it home and then I ate it all last night. So sorry.
You support the chair.
One of the things that you guys do is tableside service. And there is a video that I'd like to play right now. You brought out, but before we play the video, Tom, the bronzino. Talk about the fresh fish and the Mediterranean diet. This is really important. If you think you don't like Greek food, well, you've never. Fish, lemon, olive oil. Hello, that's Greek food. That is the Mediterranean diet. It's Italian too. But talk about how healthy that is, and then we'll show you deboning the bronzino tableside.
Bronzino in Greece we call them lavraki. And the fish comes every other day from Greece. The fish comes from Greece every other day. Very fresh. And it's an excellent white fish, very mild. And then we put the extra virgin olive oil, Greek olive oil, fresh lemon, a little bit garlic, and parsley and oregano, fresh oregano.
Oh.
It's excellent, tastes very good and very, very healthy.
Okay,
Try
Ruby.
to cook as healthy as possible with our oregano, our cheeses come from Greece, our oregano is organic, olive oil is organic. What else comes from Greece in Italy?
All the
The pastas, we try to get the fresh tomatoes.
the pastas, the tomatoes, the we use it's for cheese, also from Greece. The cheeses, the olive oil is from Greece. The herbs,
Yes, herbs.
we use
that's,
fresh herbs.
And it makes a
Everything.
difference when it's authentic. I mean,
That's a secret of cooking. If you use good ingredients, everything's gonna come out. You make it with love, everything's gonna come out nice and tasty.
Okay, let's take a look at the. I took a video of you deboning and your. Is it your daughter who was waiting on us?
Natalia is like
Natalia.
goddaughter.
Okay, you and Natalia deboning
Yes.
the fish table side.
She is like our daughter.
She's beautiful. Let's see. Fresh bronzino being deboned tableside at Nostalgia Kouzina, Italian and Greek restaurant. Oh, it's beautiful.
A little too long. It kind of dragged at the end. What's your kid's name? Hold your hands. Danero's son. Henry Hill. Henry Hill. Danero's son in the movie. Oh, I'm thinking about Bronx Tale. Ah, Bronx Tale. I'm thinking of that. Danero's kid with the black girl. Yeah. Oh, the other one. Yeah. Good color. Good color. Robert De Niro. Hey, did you see?
And Tom, what is that sauce?
It's virgin olive oil from Greece, lemon, fresh lemon, garlic, and parsley.
Oh,
Mediterranean diet,
stunning. Yes.
the best.
Frank, what's his name? They say that's how Jimmy Hoffa died, you know.
That's what to bring some service.
So beautiful. Here we go. So that was one of our courses. I mean, it was marathon food, and you guys took such good care of us, as you do all of your guests, because that's what you do. Like I said, you live to share your passion, which is your food and your service, and that's what I find. That's why it's so important. You don't get that kind of service at at a chain restaurant. You only get that kind of service at a mom and pop. Period. End of story. And I'm totally right about that.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
I want people to find out about you. Again, the name of the restaurant is Nostalgia Greek and Italian Kouzina. There's a lot of Greek on the menu. There's a few Italian dishes still on the menu. You're going to continue with the Italian or keep it both?
Of course, yes. We have dishes. We have it's right now it's about 50-50, 50 Italian, 50% Greek.
Okay. And there's actually another video that I want to play as well in just a second. And everybody's going, what about the soups? Do you do the avgolemino, the lemon chicken rice soup?
Maria makes the best avgolemino.
Every day we have avgolemino and our chicken vegetable soup and the fagioli.
Pasta fagioli.
It took me like 5 years to learn how to say avgolemino. It's great.
Before the soups made every day from scratch, fresh every day.
As it should be, as you will find when
like crema.
It's owned. One of the other things that you do is the desserts are absolutely insane and made in house. I know that walnut cake made in house.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the walnut cake started out as I did it for Christmas one time and passed it out to the customers. And little by little, everybody wanted it, and now I have to make it constantly. But we do make the majority of our desserts are made here from scratch.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I think we should take a look at some of them. Want to do that?
of course.
I think we have another video.
Okay.
Uzo. Oh. Opa! Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, this is insane. We have cheesecake, and we have a brownie, and we have
Walnut cake.
Walnut.
Grazza. That Maria makes homemade.
oh,
This is the walnut spice cake. Excellent. This is like
oh my God. Oh my God. Pure gluttony.
that's for the boys. This for you.
Okay, that was amazing. It was a whole array of desserts. We were so full at that point. You took such good care of us. I mean, it just felt like I was dining at somebody's house in Greece. It really did. But here's what I learned.
That's the whole idea.
What?
That's the whole idea, to
Exactly.
let the people feel
Exactly.
home.
We had white wine, we had red wine, we had and that wasn't ouzo, by the way. I said ouzo on the thing. It was sambuca.
Zabuka.
We had
Mastica.
Zabuka, you go to flame the desserts, and then we got mastika, and then metaxa for the boys, and then ouzo for everybody.
And here's something I learned. Everybody thinks that you raise your glass and you say opa, but no, that's not correct. Tell people what's the difference between opa and what is it? Yamas.
Yamas.
So what's the difference?
Yeah. Opa is like
A happy expression,
Yeah.
opa.
yamas is to our health.
So when you're doing
To our
cheers,
health.
it's
Yamas.
yamas. And when you're throwing
Yamas.
glasses in the air, it's opa.
Opa.
All right. See,
And then
we were all doing opa. We had no idea.
And then after midnight, you start throwing plates.
Plates, napkins, all hell breaks loose.
Yes.
Well, you guys, it was such a delight having you on the show. It was such a delight meeting you, and I'm so glad that you made it out of this mess, and you're starting to come back, and people are, telling other people. That's the whole thing too. When you find a great restaurant, tell your friends about it, because that's the only way we can keep local restaurants alive. It costs a lot to advertise. It costs a real lot. So.
I forgot to mention one thing. Excuse me. Maria comes from a family. My father-in-law was a pastry maker. He used to have a pastry shop in Chicago. And my mother-in-law was a chef. She comes from a family
From this industry, with the food industry.
Food
I've been
industry.
all my life. I've been in a restaurant.
she grew up in a restaurant. So
Like you.
she knows how to make pastries, food, everything.
And also, Taylor, we want to thank our customers for their loyalty. They are wonderful people here in Stuart, in Florida, but in Stuart, they're beautiful. They're so nice. And we want to thank them for their support.
Yeah.
And we had so many phone calls calling us and checking up on us when we were closed to see how we're doing.
That's
So I had to say thank you for that. And also, we want to thank you for doing this to boost the business of, like you said, the mas and pas.
My pleasure. I live for that. I really do.
Greatly appreciate it, because it's greatly needed. Because, like you say, restaurants are having it very tough right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's understandable. Things will get better. We're very optimistic, and again, thank you very much for
And
the
you have to
opportunity.
come back to try the rest of the. You have
Oh, we will. Believe me.
it's more stuff you have to try.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was just such a wonderful pleasure meeting you the other night, and I wish you the best of luck. And yes, we will be back.
The next time we
Definitely.
go with a traditional Greek wine, Kouzina.
You got it. Yamas.
Yeah, that's it. Yamas, yamas.
Nostalgia
Yamas,
Greek Italian Kouzina is located at 1624 Southeast Federal. It's what plaza is that? What plaza?
Plantation Plaza.
The what plaza?
Plantation Plaza.
Plantation Plaza. The sign still says La Forchetta, but inside, when you go, when you get into the
Your sign will be ready by this week.
good. When you get into the plaza, you see the nostalgia sign, but from the street, look for La Forchetta.
Yes, correct, yes.
And
Soon.
and I hope that more and more people go and find you and try some really, really great authentic Greek food, and your hospitality and your service superb.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you guys. And Ruby, if you can fly up the website one more time, please, so people can find them. There we go. Nostalgia Kouzina, which means kitchen.com. And how do you say goodbye in Greek?
Yasu.
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 Yasu. Take care. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye. Okay, Maria and Tom Bournas, really great people. Now you see why I'm so passionate about what I do, is because I like helping people like that, who just have a passion to share their food and their way of life. That's what they live for. That's what all of these small business owners live for, who own restaurants. And I think that my next guest, John Brewer, knows exactly what I'm talking about, because he has been out there on the streets every single day talking to restaurant owners and supporting local restaurants. He and it's all about two dads. There were two dads that thought of this idea, and they called it the Socially Distanced Supper Club. When restaurants had to close, they wanted to do everything they could to support local restaurants. They came up with this idea, and honestly, they saved dozens and dozens of local restaurants. They've been on the Today Show now. They've been written up in the Palm Beach Post and several other publications. And it all just took off from an idea. I love that. John Brewer, welcome to Tayste Local. How are you?
Opa!
Ah, Yamas!
Yamas!
Are you
Yamas!
drinking?
I got a little water here, but I'll cheers with you. Yamas!
Water too. It's a little too early to start.
Just a little bit, yeah. Got 2 more hours, right?
Tell me, yeah, exactly. Tell me about the Socially Distanced Supper Club. What was the emphasis of the idea?
So he called me up March 14th. I think everybody remembers March 13th, when the world kind of changed forever. Called me up and said, anything we can do for these restaurants. And he knows me. I'm a commercial broker. I work with restaurants. I do restaurant leases. I've been in the business over 40 years. And I just started to think about it after we got off the phone. I started to think about if we could use a catering model, basically. So front load the restaurants. So instead of people just opening their doors, not knowing how much food they need, how much labor they need, because no one really knew. Everything just kind of went from, I'm open, like the folks who were just on doing a great dine-in service, and now all of a sudden nobody's allowed in my restaurant. I got to switch to go, takeout, pickup, delivery, whatever it may be. So the idea was to take a few of the items off of the menu or do like a group meal, something that's a little out of the norm for the restaurant, and advertise that, say, on a Sunday, and everybody would pick it up on a Monday. And that was
Facebook.
The idea.
So it was on Facebook, so it was free to the restaurants.
Yes.
And it was just like this whole social thing, and it took off, man. It took off. How many fans on the main Facebook page now?
So on Delray Beach, we just passed 14,000. We've got chapters going all over the place. We're about 100,000 now nationwide. Different people doing different things with it, but the whole idea has always been the same. It's to try to help as many restaurants as quick as we can.
It's taken me 7 years to get to 10,000 on Local Dine's page.
Me too. I've been doing the same thing on YouTube as a realtor, South Florida restaurant. Here, this idea comes out, and it really has. It's amazing to watch how it's taken off. It's just nothing we ever expected.
Well, I think the public really does want to support local, and I mean, I've been screaming this for 18 years. Dine out, save money, support local is one of our taglines. But I think now more than anything, the public realizes why it's so important to support local restaurants and local businesses in general.
Absolutely. You're not buying a CEO's third house. You're buying a little girl's dance lessons when you shop local. That's the best way to look at it is, you're buying a kid's Little League uniform. It's not buying some guy's beach house. So
exactly.
I think that's one of the things that's come out of this. I think we're going to bring our manufacturing back, hopefully. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to see people tighten that circle a little more. I want to know the guy that's making my vegetables or that's growing my vegetables, which a lot of restaurants were doing. But with the mom and pops especially, we've kind of created this platform. A lot of the mom and pops don't have the budget to really do social media, or they don't have the savvy for it.
The time.
What's that?
Or the time. It's a lot.
Exactly. Running a restaurant is so time intensive. You're looking at 60 to 80-hour weeks. I know that from experience.
Yep.
So we sit there and have to learn this new thing called social media, which has ins and outs. And you get it. It's like, is this hashtag working? Why did this one work versus that one? Analytics. Oh, humor's working. Oh, it's not working. Sexy works. Whatever. You're kind of always trying to find out what works for you. They don't have the time. They're too busy making great food for us to eat.
Exactly. Back in the olden days when restaurants used to open up, I mean, I'm talking about back in the 80s, they would open a restaurant, they would make great food, they would give good service, and they'd take an ad out in the newspaper. And that was all. That's all they had to do. But now there's social media, and there's Instagram, and there's Facebook, and there's YouTube, and there's this, and there's that. All they want to do is serve great food and give great service.
Yeah.
And
the good news is, the good news is it's cheaper this way.
Cheaper.
If you do the organic route, you can actually make a bigger impact. We're doing Facebook Lives at these restaurants.
I know.
We're getting them 5,000 eyeballs in 3 days.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. And these, the number one, to what you were saying before in the other interview, or the beginning of the show, that's the best compliment we get is, hey, I've lived here 10 years. I've driven by that place so many times and never thought to stop in. And now it is my go-to place. Flybird is one of those stories where people just didn't know about him. Now he's selling out pot pies every Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's been a lot of great stories, and we kind of stumbled on this platform,
and he just opened kind of recently too, before this thing hit, Flybird.
Yeah, I think it was about a year and a half, somewhere around there. Just starting to get some wheels under him, just starting to get a good momentum. But he said with everything that we've been able to help do, and with him doing and kind of partnering up, and that's really what it is. The restaurants have to take some action. We're just all volunteers. We only have so much bandwidth. So we try to coach them, we try to get it going, but it's really on the restaurants to kind of figure this out. Yeah. And he was great at it. He did his pot pies from when he did 9/11 down in when he was in New York, and he was at a restaurant in Wall Street, and it closed down. So we started making pot pies for all the workers because it was a great comfort food. So he saw me do a show saying, hey, listen, guys, comfort food's what it's all about right now. We have restaurants that were selling meatloaf and selling out, so fried chicken, all that stuff. So he was like, I'm going to do my pot pies. And I'll be damned. He made 150 and sold them out in like 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah. And fried chicken during COVID has been like the new avocado toast. Have you noticed that? I mean, everybody's doing fried chicken now. Voodoo
Bayou up by you is killing it.
Killing it with it. And Table 26 too, with their fried chicken. That's not what they were known for, but it's all about comfort food.
It is. And it's about pivoting. And a lot of these restaurants are getting it. The ones who get it are getting it.
Yes. So what have you learned? Now that restaurants are coming out and they're able to open again, they still, please know, and I've heard you say it on your daily morning updates, please know that this ain't over. This is just the beginning. Now it's really time to support these restaurants. What have you learned? What would you like the public to know that, what do we need to do?
Well, we've had some decent stories, and we like successes, but the truth is, most of these restaurants, even the ones that we are feeling good about, they're doing about 20% of what they would normally do. But 20% means that they're going to be able to pay the rent. It means they're going to be able to keep their closest staff, and it means that they'll have a fighting chance coming out of this. We found with a lot of the mom and pops that we really excel with this particular platform. Like Papa's Tapas is a great example. They only seat like about 80 people. So we got them going with a to-go takeout model, which took up about half of the restaurant to execute all. That's a lot of bags coming in and out, a lot of curbside, a lot of action. So people that were dining in might not feel comfortable because it's just not a big enough space. You're dealing with maybe 20, I think she was able to seat like 18 people on the inside at 25%. So let's say 36 people in that space. Plus she's trying to do a vigorous pickup to go. It's just got a lot of challenges to it. So these restaurants that are 2,500 square feet and under, that's like 100, 125 and under, they're really not able to do the dine-in unless the city lets them seat outside, go into the parking lot maybe, things like that, which a lot of cities have done it. Boca's done it. West Palm Beach has done it. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard they've done it, and they've had some pretty good success.
Yeah. And just like the couple that I had on before, Maria and Tom, Papa's Tapas, that is, the family is right there. Annie's there. Papa is there making the paella. Doesn't that just that's what keeps me going, is to help these people, just get their wonderful food out and help them live their passion. That's what keeps me going.
So one of the best moments dealing with Papa's Tapas, we went in there and we went there for the Facebook event that they did. Facebook did like a little promo, and one of our volunteers did a great job taking photos and everything. So we went in there. It was like the first time I got to see him. And Rosa went up to him and said, "Do you know who that guy is?" And he goes, "I know that guy. He's the guy that saved my restaurant." And
oh, wow.
So we sat down, and he's got his broken English, and I've got my non-existent Spanish pretty much, and kitchen Spanish, which I think we all learn if you're in the business. But we were able to have a great little conversation and just the eye contact. And here's a guy who's in his 70s, and he cooks paella, and it was just one of those moments I'll never forget.
Yeah, Papa's Tapas is in Del Rey and Pineapple Grove. Where's Flybird?
Flybird on Linton. Right across from Trader Joe's on basically between the Intercoastal and Federal Highway.
Okay, Caesar's Ribs has been killing it because of you, the rib place.
Caesar's is a great story. Yeah, Caesar's was he's been taking 3 years to get into the spot where he's been. He's had issues with permitting. He's had issues just seemed like he wasn't catching a break anywhere. And he was just getting ready. They're still working on it right now during the week. But he was doing about 100 dinners, maybe 100. And we found out about him. A friend of mine who I actually played football with in high school was like this guy, Caesar. And I had seen him on the side of the road. He used to have his own he used to cook right on the side of the road in Federal Highway, cooks out of churches. But yeah, he's gone from 100 to 503 dinners, I think he did last Saturday. It's just he's been such a great story. He's become a personal friend. And just great community stuff.
And he was able to hire some people back?
He just hired 3 more people because he felt bad over the weekend, Memorial Day. He said I was a little slow on Saturday, got backed up a little more than I wanted to. But that's, that's the thing. These restaurants are learning, and I try to coach the members to be patient. It's one thing. It's one thing when you hire too many staff. I think you'll notice as a restaurant person, you can always hire too many staff, but then you're paying for labor, and there goes your money out the window. So you're kind of running this tight enterprise right now, and you think you're going to do a certain amount, but then you find out, you get your butt handed to you. We call it in the weeds. And it happens. It's a good thing for a business, but you don't want to lose any customers. So they're walking that fine line. He came right out, admitted it, said it. He's like, "Listen, the great part is I'm able to hire 3 more people." And these restaurants don't know what they're doing day to day. You really don't know. You don't know who's going to go out. People feel better. They feel worse. There's a vaccine. There's not a vaccine. It's people have different comfort levels. It's just all over the place right now.
Exactly. And have you seen anything like the new and innovative, like I said earlier, when I saw the bill at Berry Fresh had the QR code on, we can pay right with our phone on the bill. Are you seeing more and more restaurants doing that down here?
Absolutely, 100%. Everybody's getting in on that. Crazy Uncle Mike's, we went there the other day for brunch, and they're doing that. Basically, your menu pops up on your phone, paying through the phone, no touch. I think that's definitely going to be the wave. Toast and some other people have got involved with online ordering. They're making the online experience, which used to be an afterthought for some restaurants. They realize now, instead of it being 10%, it's going to be 35%, at least for the foreseeable future right now. So everybody's pivoting, and that's one of the biggest ways to pivot is eliminate as many touch points as you can. So, we tell people with the Supper Club, well, we don't handle any money per se with the Supper Club. We just kind of drive the business, but we tell them, get that money up front, get the payment up front, not just for your security, but that's one less touch point. Nobody, servers coming out with a bag of food, then taking your credit card, putting it in a check holder, bringing it back out. There's just all this potential contamination there. So as much of that as you can eliminate, it's like I said the other day, people are going to go somewhere for a mediocre burger if they know it's no touch and clean versus the best burger in town, but they're a little unsure of
Absolutely.
That's going to be the trade-off.
Yep, and it's going to be like that for a while. Well, John, thank you so much for this time today. You've saved restaurants, like Papa said at Papa's Tapas. And I want people to know, if they haven't found you guys yet, socially distanced supper club. Not Google it. Put it in Facebook in a search. You'll find a chapter, and all these restaurants will pop up, and all these different days that you can go to these restaurants. You can go to the restaurants every day, but with the way you've created it was genius.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Taylor.
Yes. I wish I had thought of it. Damn it.
Too funny.
We're all working for the same cause, right?
That's it, man. Help these restaurants out. They need it right now.
Keep them open. # too small to fail. John, thank you so much, and continued success. Keep giving the good fight. Keep doing what you're doing. I know it's taken a lot of time.
Thank you very much, Taylor. I appreciate it. Great to have people like you on our side.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm Taylor Morgan. You're watching Tayste Local, and let's see, Flybird, best bird in town. I was working others. Oh, by the way, everybody that makes a comment today is eligible to win a $25 gift certificate to localdines.com. That's my website, and that's where you can log on and find local restaurants, locally owned restaurants, menus, pictures, descriptions, and gift certificates at a really great deal to incentivize you to go try something new. So somebody's going to win $25 to spend on my website at the end of the broadcast. Of course, I only had 3 guests on this week because I figured, okay, with 3 guests, I won't go long and I'll actually get out at 3 o'clock. But that didn't happen. So we're going to go long again because my next guest, we have a lot to talk about because she's been here for so long with her parents, Ralph and Francis. The Zuccarelli family in West Palm Beach basically is restaurant royalty. And Olimpia she grew up in the business. She now pretty much runs the front of the house, while her parents are in the back of the house that's in the kitchen. And it's a restaurant that I've been going to since the mid-'80s. Let's not waste any more time. Let's bring on board Olimpia Zuccarelli from Zuccarelli's Italian Restaurant. Hello, restaurant royalty queen. How are you?
Hi, Taylor. How are you?
I'm great. What's going on at Zuccarelli's?
Well, working hard as always, prepping it every day, doing what we do best.
Yeah, there's so many items on the menu, but I always go back when I go to Zuccarelli's. I always go back to 2 things: Your pizza is outstanding because it reminds me of, I like big foldable slices. That's the kind of pizza I like, New York style, and your stracciatella soup.
Awesome.
Those are always my go-tos, always. But it's much more than that at Zuccarelli's. But let's talk about the history before we actually talk about the food. It's family, 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 and
yes, we opened up in 1981 on Okeechobee Boulevard when Okeechobee was 2 lanes.
I remember.
Yes, and I'm 3rd generation in the industry. My grandfather started back in Italy, and with my uncles and my dad, and they came to the United States in New York and started there. And then when we moved to Florida in 1972, and that's when we had our deli and pizzeria in Pompano. And then we sold. Yep, we came to West Palm in 1981, and we've been here since, just growing our business and working every day, making sure our quality control is always the same, whether you come in any hour of the day. But like us restaurateurs say, we're only good as our last dinner that goes out. And it doesn't matter how long you're in business. You have to be consistent all the time.
Yes, you do. Yes, you absolutely do. Especially in the day and age of people can go online and write any review they want.
Absolutely. Yes.
Not even going to go there, or do you want to go there?
Well, the reviews are reviews. We take the good with the bad. We pay attention to all our reviews, but 90% are very good. So
yes,
percentage.
Yes. I think I have. We moved to Palm Beach in 1981 as well, and like you said, along Okeechobee Boulevard, there really was nothing there. There was the Okeechobee Steakhouse.
Yes.
There was it was Lenora's at the time, which is now oh God, what's it called? Stressa. That's right. I mean, that's how long I go back. But there was like 3 restaurants, and you guys were one of them, and you were on the southwest corner of Military and Okeechobee, hidden in a little teeny corner. But when you walked in, it was like
New York.
Here. It was like New York. Yeah. And then how many years ago did you move across the street to the northwest corner of Okeechobee and Military?
10 years ago.
10 years already?
Yeah. October's going to be 39 years for us, and October 2021 is our 40th.
So wait a minute. Did you start this when you were -5? I mean,
thank you.
Seriously.
It's the olive oil that it's in the back.
It's that great Italian skin.
It's that hard work and great genetics and great family, and we just love what we do.
You've really never done anything else then, except for write a book and all that. But but this has been your life since you've been born.
Exactly, it's been my whole life. Yeah. Yes. I even raised my son in the business. When I had the baby, I used to bring the porta crib behind the bar and have him adapt to my lifestyle, which today he's he helps me out when I need him, but he's in law enforcement, so he's out there in the real world helping, protecting. I worry every day.
Yeah, oh, I can imagine.
But he's doing.
Speaking of worrying, when March came along, now you've been in the business your whole life. Your parents have been in the business. This is just 40 years for this restaurant. What was going through your mind about? Was it ever even a spark that, oh my God, this could ruin us and close us after this many years? Or did you just say, no, we're not going to let it?
No, we didn't even think twice about it. We switched our kitchen system into takeout because we do have a base of takeout for all these years. So we were fortunate that way. We also started delivery. So from 30% of my sales in takeout all these years, we're up to 50 at this moment.
Wow.
And yeah, we have our signs outside with curbside pickup. I also partnered up with Uber Eats to help out the people that didn't want to come out for the new business. And it's been working out really well. I think
That's
we're
good.
very grateful. We're very, very grateful to all the loyalty of our customers all these years, and my wonderful staff that's been with me for 15 years or better. I don't really have a turnover here. They've been with me a long time.
Well, it's because you guys are good people. It's a whole family. It is family.
Family affair here.
Yeah. I think every single restaurant that I've spoken to that's family owned, or, you know, mom and pops, that's all I deal with is locally owned restaurants. It's all about your family, whether or not you're born of the same blood or not. When you work together, those that stay, like you said, you don't have any turnover. Those that stay are family. And it's just in the radio biz, it was the same thing for me. It was just this wacky, weird, like WKRP Cincinnati family. You know?
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yes.
So I want to take a look at, we've got some pictures of your delicious food, because it's not just pizza at Zuccarelli's. It's, there's pizza to fine dining, and Ruby's going to put in some, I don't know what she's going to put in. She's going to just pick some stuff and.
Oh, our chicken marsala.
Delicioso.
Our stuffed mushrooms.
The crab stuffed mushrooms.
Yes.
Which I looked on your menu, and that dish is only $12.
Yes.
Wow. Stuffed with crab.
Yes.
Sign me up. Those look so delicious.
That's our pizza margherita.
That's how the presentation is beautiful. That was my pizza the other night.
Oh, with eggplant.
That's got fried breaded eggplant, which I love on pizza, and extra cheese. And oh my God, it was wonderful. I should have got a picture of me eating it, but it was messy and I had no makeup on.
Oh, our rigatoni vodka.
That's comfort food in a bowl.
Yes.
It really is.
That's that's our homemade sausage. My father makes that here, hot and sweet.
Homemade sausage at
Yes.
Zuccarelli's. Okay, none of the store-bought crap. That was my stracciatella soup. Which,
Oh, my mom's stuffed artichokes.
Delicious.
Our seafood salad, the antipasto di mare.
Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted to show the outside. Now, this is before but this was actually taken in March before the whole thing went down.
Yes.
Outside. That's your dad in the hat?
Yes.
And do you have a singer?
Yeah, that's Frank Tadero. He's one of our entertainers who's fabulous. Mm-hmm.
So outside on the patio, when I was there to pick up our pizza the other night, the piano was outside.
Yes, we had a piano player for a little bit just to kind of break it up and bring some life back into this restaurant.
Right. And so you have a bar outside, you've got lots of seating outside, and everything is very far, stretched far apart.
6 feet apart. We have 100% guidelines here.
Mm-hmm.
We've also installed our ultraviolet lights in all our air conditioned units that cleans the air and viruses and bacteria and mold. So I want to make my customers comfortable to come in here, and also to protect my staff and my family as well.
And so when you reopened for dine-in, what changed? Did you go to paper menus, or what are you doing for menus? What things did you have to do?
We have our tablecloths inside with paper on top. We have paper menus, paper linen-like napkins. Salt and peppers are in the packets. Our grated cheese, we just sprinkle it on and take it away. And our red pepper, we have the little packets.
Wow.
Everything is disposable.
And it wasn't like that before?
No. But it is what it is. We got to just do what we need to do at the moment. Safety is our number one concern for everybody.
Now, were you looking at some sort of a air filtration system as well?
Yes, I put the ultraviolet lights in all the air conditioned units. We have 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it in?
Yes, they're all installed.
Wow. So are you going to 50% now at Zuccarelli's?
Yes, we're at 50%.
But and how many seats do you have inside?
Inside, we have about 70 seats, but we sit every 2 tables.
Okay, so you could do about 35 people inside if it was at capacity.
Yes, I'm
Right.
taking my time, Taylor.
Yeah.
Our restaurant, our rules. I'm just looking out for the safety of everyone. The majority of our customers like to be outside, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then, sometimes they want to come in, which is fine too. And, I just, whatever the customer wants, I'm there for them. I just want everybody to know that we are fully sanitized and all the guidelines are met. And I went the extra mile of putting all the ultraviolet lights in the air conditioners.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody feels comfortable coming in here.
I mean, all these extra expenses that restaurants had to go through, coming out of this, buying the paper, to print the menus on and the packets and the ultraviolet lights and all that. Are you gonna have to raise prices, or are you I've heard some restaurants are doing a COVID-19 surcharge, like
No,
a
I'm not
couple of
doing
bucks.
No, I'm leaving everything the way it is. To me, we've always been a volume restaurant. I would rather just keep everything the way it is, and we just tighten the belt in other areas, but the product and the pricing is the same. I will not compromise any of that because we're all in this together, and I just don't think, for me, I don't believe in that.
Let's take a look at some more pictures. We have some pictures of the exterior and some of the interior too, in case you haven't been to the Zuccarelli since they're at the new location. I don't know why, they've been there 10 years, but Ruby has some more pictures, I think, too. That's the outside bar. How beautiful. Look at the lighting. How beautiful.
Thank you.
Except, can anybody sit there yet?
We sit maybe 3 people.
Yeah, okay.
If they
All right.
like to. We don't encourage it, but if they want to, they can.
And I think we have a picture of the inside bar as well. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Your restaurant keeps evolving too, as far as the decor is.
Yeah, every couple of years I change it. It's always nice to see a fresh look all the time. And I like to just show my customers that, I pay attention what goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're starting a new venture. We're doing prepared foods to go. We're going to have a freezer in the dining room where they can just take food to go.
A lot of people are going that route, and I think it's smart because we can't dine out every single night, but we also hate cooking. So, doing the curbside, from the menu is one thing, but doing the prepared meals is very, very smart.
Yeah. We're almost ready with that. Another couple of weeks.
Isn't it a weird new whole thing?
Yes, it is. I never thought in 39 years that we'd be actually going through this, but we just got to keep going. We're fighters. My family are very strong individuals, so I guess nothing is going to make us shut down.
No, nothing. And your mother and father are still there every single day?
Every day. In fact, my father's making sausage tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
My mother makes our homemade limoncello, which we complimentary give our customers at the end of their meal. Yeah.
Yum. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, here.
There we go. Can somebody buy that and take it home?
Yes.
The whole bottle? Oh, cool.
Yeah, of course.
Especially now, now that it's legal to just take booze home. It's
Yes. Yes. But it's been different for us, but we're okay. We're all in good spirits here, and we're all just keep going. My staff is all employed, and everybody's working. They're taking.
That's great.
And I just want to make sure that they're okay as well. So I made sure of that.
That's great. Good. Okay. Any specials that we should know about this week or tonight?
Well, we're going to have ossobuco over the weekend. And
I had a picture of that, but it was so small that we couldn't even see it. So I apologize.
That's okay.
Do you do it in a red sauce or a brown sauce?
Like a brown sauce. We're going to serve it over risotto, over gnocchi, over yeah.
Gnocchi. I'm a gnocchi girl.
My parents are from Calabria, Italy, so we're Southern Italian. So we cook with our dishes.
A lot of love and a lot of wine.
You're eating when you come here. This is not I'm going home starving.
Oh, no. When you go to Zuccarelli's, you eat. You eat. Like I was saying to my first guest, it's like when you go to Italy, and I know you go to Verona every year.
Every 2 years, I go to the wine show. Yes.
Okay. And when you go to Italy, it's like, the second you have breakfast, now you're starting to think about what you're going to have for lunch and dinner. I mean, it's all just about food, right?
Always about food.
Food and wine. You start drinking at like 2, but but it's because there's no sulfites in that wine over in
That's
Italy.
the phrase. The wine is good for your blood.
Exactly. I'll keep saying it to the day I die.
Me too.
We're gonna do a wine dinner, girl. We gotta.
Absolutely. Soon, as soon as we go to 100%, we're gonna
Oh,
do
that's right. I forgot. Social distancing. Oh my God.
wait a little bit longer.
Yes. Yeah, of course. I'm being normal. Not normal. I was going back to prior to March, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Anything last words you'd like to say to our viewers?
Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone. The support and loyalty is so much appreciated with my family and I. We just value all of you, and thank you for letting us be in business for 39 years.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
And it's going to go to 40, and you know it. And we're all going to be there with you. Thank you so much, Olimpia Zuccarelli.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Mwah!
Take care. I'll see you soon.
Okay, yes. Zuccarelli's is located at the corner of Military and Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. It's a plaza that is on the northwest corner. Go visit them and keep supporting local. Great Italian food. You're gonna love the menu, and you can go to their website to find out more about their menu. I have somebody logging on that says, I come from Indonesia. Can you speak Indonesian? No. Fresh breaded eggplant. Yes. All right, 3:15. This is the shortest long that I've ever gone. And Ruby, we're gonna fly you in for a moment. Like I've been saying throughout the show, I think I said it twice. Anybody that leaves a comment today is eligible to win a $25 to spend on localdines.com, which is an online dining guide. It's been in business for 18 years, and it's a place that you could go find new restaurants and get really, really wonderful deals and support local restaurants. What we're going to do is take everybody that posted anything from Hey Taylor to Hello Guys to Oh my God, I love beets, Gabrielle, and you're gonna put it into the Rubitron, right, Ruby?
Yes, I put it through the generator, so it's completely random, but everybody that was entered posted a comment, during the live stream, and so the winning comment came from Facebook, and it goes to, drum roll please, Lori Hansen.
Yay, Lori Hansen.
I found her comment, so I'll pull it up. She said, Flybird, flyest bird in town.
Hey.
Ba-doom.
Flybird is a really cool place. Really cool place. Great fried chicken and other kinds of chicken.
And what's so funny is she literally posted, like right before we announced the winner, she commented, pick me. So I guess you must like have a sixth sense or something because you won.
Great. That's great. Well, I'm glad she waited this whole time and she got through. And there's Darlene saying, love local dines. So glad you're back in business. And Lori says, yay. Too bad we can't bring her on.
I know. I know, but I can see her comments and she's very excited. So congratulations.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ruby. Thank you so much to Maria and Tom Bournas from Nostalgia Greek Italian Kouzina. Please go check out their restaurant if you're in the Stuart area. Thank you once again to John Brewer for starting the Socially Distant Supper Club. We're on the same path. That all we want to do is save our local restaurants. And Olimpia Zuccarelli, almost 40 years in business, you're going to get there. She got a little teary-eyed at the end because, it's their whole life's work. It's their whole life's work for local restaurants, restaurant owners. Help them. All you got to do is go eat. So go eat. Go find a new restaurant once a month and visit your ones that you love. You know, maybe do a different one once every week. I know the money might be a problem right now. So then that's why you go to localdines.com. You find some wonderful deals. You find menus and pictures and hidden gems to restaurants that you've known about for a long time. Localdines.com is the name of the website. I hope you'll go check us out. Right now, there are only like 32. By the way, Laura, if you're watching, Corleone's is back on in Port St. Lucie. I think there's 32 or 33 restaurants right now. Before this whole thing happened, there were over 100. Little by little, more and more restaurants will come back on because it helps them. It's no risk advertising. If you are a local restaurant owner, you'd like to find out how to get on, all you have to do is you can message me. However you want to get in touch with us, and just know that we don't charge any cash at all. It's all 100% trade, and by supporting our local dines, it's how do I say this? It helps us to keep the show on the air. Because it does cost money to do the show. At the beginning, we were taking donations like everybody else is, those tips, you know, the online tipping. I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel right doing that. But anytime you buy a gift certificate from Local Dines, it helps me keep this show on the air and helps me to help local restaurant owners and maybe just give you an hour of, you know, I don't know, got to go away from work for a little while. Anyway, that's it for me. I have no idea who's going to be on the show next week. We're only doing the show once a week now that restaurants are reopening. And we play this back, and hopefully you'll share it with your friends. And once again, congratulations, Lori Hanson. I'm Taylor Morgan. Have a great day. And what's my outline? I didn't write anything down this time. Until we eat again, stay safe, stay healthy, and support local.